Hello stamping friends, we're making this card and I am just loving the copper, as I have mentioned on some of my other videos. Stampin' Up came out with the copper embossing powder and the copper foil sheets, and I'm addicted. So this is kind of a fun card. It opens up like this. They used to call this a hot dog fold. I don't know if that's still what it's called or not, but let's put it together. So I've already scored my cardstock, and I'm going to attach my layers. Okay, set that aside. And I've cut out my Very Vanilla and my chocolate chip using the Layering Squares framelit from Stampin' Up. I'm going to use my embossing buddy to help get the static out of my cardstock. And then I'm going to use the Versamark ink and stamp the Tidings of Comfort and Joy. You'll notice that my red previous ink has stained my stamp, but that's okay. And I'm good. All right, so now I'm going to pour some embossing powder on it. And then I'm going to heat it up. Okay. So now I'm going to take my layer. Boy, that embossing buddy gets your fingers all dirty. And kind of wave that around a bit to make sure it's nice and cool before I flip it over. There we go. And this barely fits on here. It's just enough for a little peek of color out the back. And I want to take on my left hand side and put some dimensionals. I'm not doing the whole thing, otherwise I would close up my hot dog fold and nobody would be able to look inside the card. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to take my image here, and I've already cut out my fronds, and I went ahead and cut all three sizes out. I want to tell you too, on cutting out these, try using wax paper if you're having trouble having those fronds release from the framelits. I just found that my Big Shot, it was just a little bit harder. Every one of them are different, so you might have to play with that. I'm going to go ahead and take this other frond and I'm going to measure. And I'm going to give this a little snip because I don't want it quite that long. I could have cut out two of this size, but I didn't. So we're going to go ahead and just trim it up ourselves. All right, so I've already cut out the pine cone, and there's three different images when you're cutting out with the framelits. And this one, I don't know if you can tell in the video, but I took my paper piercer. Let me just show you this. Whoops, got some adhesive on there. And I took and poked through on the back side to make those little rough edges that a pine cone has. Whoops. All right, can you see? So you can leave it flat if you want, but I just thought, why not? That's what it's for. So let's give it some personality. Okie dokie. So now what we're going to do is we're going to attach our fronds and kind of use it to measure. Well, goodness. Ever have one of those days? All right. So I'm going to take my fronds and my two longer ones. I'm going to put down first. I'm going to add a little bit more adhesive. I think we're just going to break that off. It's in my way. And then we're going to take and put that one on. Whoops. Everything's sticking to me. All right, so now I'm going to take my pine cone and I want to use some dimensionals and pop that up a bit. I'm just going to use one. And we're going to put this kind of at an angle. Okay. I cut out the bow using the framelit, and I'm going to use a glue dot. Put it right in the center. And first I want to go ahead and put this on. So I kind of overlapped my pine cone a little bit. Put that on like that. And then add the bow. And there you have it. A hot dog fold Christmas card. There you go. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.